Shh. All right, I'm getting naked.
Welcome, everyone.
There's your synopsis of Under the Skin.
Under the Skin.
Well, what I was going to say, what's under my skin. You know what's under my skin?
What's that?
I was just loading up, IMDb and a couple other pages here.
Yeah.
And this movie came up in the related, and this bugs me. And I want people, sorry, I'm starting on a little tangent here. Mm-hmm. I want people at home, people on Patreon, in the comments, let me know if I'm being ridiculous. I feel like I love going to the theaters in LA where they show older movies and stuff like that, and they show the cult classics. I feel like all of them try to make Jennifer's Body happen. Oh. Like they keep trying to remember the Megan Fox movie from 2009? Now it was actually pretty good. I feel like they keep trying to it's a cult classic. Is it?
Have you seen it?
I don't think I did.
I haven't seen it. I don't know. Maybe it is.
I think I watched some and it was dog shit, so I stopped. Am I wrong? People at home, if I am wrong, please comment and tell me. But all these second run theaters and all these things it's always this month we're not showing anything good. We're showing Jennifer's Body every week at midnight, every night at midnight. I don't think it's happening. They keep trying to make this a new cult. Oh, it's like a new cult classic. I don't think it is. But you tell me if I could be way off on that. Maybe I'm boomer mode on this.
Yeah, maybe it's awesome.
You tell me, because it's on here too. If you like Under the Skin, you really want to check out Jennifer's Body. Now that's a cult classic. It's not.
Well,
you want it to be.
Maybe you're not part of the cult yet. But
maybe not. I might not be. So please in the comments tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching Movie Club. Shakers, let's do it.
Okay. 6 shakers.
What?
No, that's impossible. That's impossible.
Can we be serious?
Okay.
Today's movie is Jonathan Glazer. He's going to glaze your screen because he's got a new joint. Actually, it's not his newest movie.
No.
That would be I was going to say Zone of the Enders.
That's not correct.
Zone of Interest.
There you go.
But, I mean, you could introduce it. You're the one who picked this.
I picked it, and I only picked it because I've heard about it a lot, and then I kept seeing, the best sci-fi films of all time. And this is, high up on the list. Of, the 100, it was, number, 15 or something.
That kind of surprises me a little bit.
Well, after watching it surprises me, too.
Not even saying that's a bad review. But
Garrett said it's one of his favorite horror movies ever, and then I was like, what did I watch then? What happened here?
I will say, from my perspective, I do not think this is a horror movie.
No,
to me, it is a creepy ass sci-fi movie.
There are horrific things.
There are things in it, but that's not a horror movie. To me, if you're going to call this a horror movie, call 2001: A Space Odyssey a horror movie, because the computer fucking locks the door and flings an astronaut out to die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just as much in that movie as this.
I feel like I watched this movie and I just sat there for a long time, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna say about this. I don't know what to say about this movie. This was a different type of movie for me. This is not what I expected. I don't know what I expected. I don't know what I just heard it's Scarlett Johansson trying to pick up guys. And that's what I knew.
Yes.
So this was what did you know when you walked into this movie? Nothing.
I didn't even know she picked up guys. I was like, it's Scarlett Johansson, and she's from somewhere else. Okay. Knew nothing. Heard it was cool. And watched it on a plane. That was bad. Because I couldn't keep the noise out of my... It was... you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was pre noise canceling AirPods.
Oh,
So it was just
yeah.
like, sir, did you want a Biscoff? Do you want pretzels? This is like the quietest movie. I can't do this. So I watched it again at home. Or I restarted it.
There's very little dialogue in this movie.
Yes.
An alarming amount of, I guess, alarming lack of amount of dialogue. There was just nothing.
Yeah.
And it seemed to me, and I think I did minimal research on this. I thought maybe you would let me know instead. But it seemed to me that a lot of the dialogue was improvised. And so I'm thinking, like, what was the script for this movie? What could it possibly have been?
So I will say something that immediately gave more points to this movie. So I watched it, creepy movie. I'll go into more into my thoughts on a critical level later, momentarily.
Okay.
But something that immediately I'm like, hey, no matter what, I will give this movie points, because when she goes and picks up guys, they really did that. And wow, what a great idea for a movie.
And that's
okay.
I have a question about this, but go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
They just rigged her truck up with cameras and had Scarlett Johansson go pick up guys in Scotland. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So when you see her doing that stuff, you're getting real footage. And I think it makes it 10 times more. Once you know that, I think it makes it 10 times more entertaining.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Just walking home. You want? Oh yeah, you want to come home with me? Well, actually, I have to. Yeah.
I mean,
I can do it. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like Scarlett Johansson pulls up. Yo, you want to like hang with me for a little bit? You want to go home with me?
Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
I mean, do they know it? They don't seem to know that it's her. Oh,
I don't think so.
Sorry, I lost that image in the background.
Wow.
I don't know. You know what?
I'll
get it back.
This episode?
But
I'm just kidding.
But she is super famous then, right? Like.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, but your hair's dye. I mean, it's a very unexpected situation. I would probably not know if it was really her if I was in that situation.
I guess I would think, why would Scarlett Johansson be here trying to pick me up?
Yeah, exactly.
So you would think that you're crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So man, is that shit is so enjoyable knowing it is authentic dudes
now,
just going. Wait, I'm sorry. What?
My real question though, because first off, I don't think I've ever seen this many erect penises in my life. And my question is, okay, sure, she found some guy on the street and said, hey, want to ride? They filmed that, they used that, whatever. Okay, so now they're in on the movie. Now they know what's up. Mm-hmm. They're cool as being naked and having a boner in the movie? Like, what are you talking about?
I was kind of hearing two stories on that. One was that, like, there were some that were like, okay, this guy is intended for this part. We cast him, and so let's just film with him.
Sure.
But then I've also heard other people were like, they basically drove around with a second van behind the truck.
Okay.
And then when it was over, they would pull over. Hey, here's what's going on. This is a movie. It's this, and this.
Yeah.
Do you have a role in it if you want it now?
Okay.
Are you willing to do it? Here's what you'll need to do. You
need to get naked and have a fucking boner.
Yeah. But again, I don't know if any naked boner stuff was plants versus, I don't. That part is a little murky.
Because that's a little murky.
But I had also heard that it was basically, they would have a whole talk with them after getting the shot. So
interesting.
I don't know where that ends and what begins, whatever.
See, that's the thing is like I started getting like fixated on this because I could tell. Yeah. Watching it, like, well, this is not an actor. Like, you could see that.
But some people were planted. The guy with the disability.
I have his condition.
Yeah.
I also, shouts out, I really thought the use of him was honestly probably my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
It was good in a lot of ways, but I really I liked how they got someone. His name is Adam Pearson, and he has neurofibromatosis. Mm-hmm. So I like that they didn't add prosthetics. This is just this guy. And I guess he was the one who suggested how Scarlett Johansson could lure him. Mm-hmm. But the way she lured him, because she lured all the other guys with like sex and whatever. Yeah. Him was just like companionship and this like touch, which is heartbreaking.
Like, I really love your hands. Like let me see your hands. Like, they're
and
really
then
nice.
and then like she put his hands on her face.
Yeah.
Which and you make it gives off the impression like this guy's never touched someone before.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking and beautiful, and it's a lot of things that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should also back up and say, for those who haven't seen the movie, we should give just the gist of it, what we're talking about.
If I can, because it's fucking confusing to me.
It's just Scarlett Johansson is some sort of alien being. She's being guided by other alien beings to go out in the public, acquire men, and then they are like sapped of their life force to like feed whatever alien force she's part of. But you don't know anything about it. That's it.
What you said is more context than I picked up.
Oh, okay.
I am watching this, and I am the whole time trying to figure out what is happening.
Okay.
And
you'll
then
know
at the end, I still am like, well, what just happened? And I never got the answer. And it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I'm dumb. I don't know. I don't know what happened in this movie. And people love this movie, but I can't even tell you what happened in it. So what am I missing?
First time I watched it was... I don't know this guy's style that much. I've seen Jonathan Glazer's music videos. They're great, but I hadn't seen a film by him. So I didn't know, like, am I waiting for someone to talk about this? I didn't know his style. So I watched it and felt like I missed out on a lot of it. Mm-hmm. Second time I watched it, this couldn't be clearer.
Really?
Like, you watch it a second time and it's like, oh yeah, duh, yeah. She's part of some alien thing. Well, she got like the biker dude that's in the movie.
That was my biggest fucking thing.
He's just another part of whatever they are, and he's just cleaning up her messes. That's it.
And because my thought is...
he's cleanup crew.
He's okay, but like at the beginning, it starts off and it's her. I think she's on the motorcycle, maybe, I don't know, or she picks up the motorcycle person.
Yeah,
and
he picks
this person up
for her. Then you see her in some void taking her looks.
Is that what she's doing? Mm-hmm. Because I couldn't even tell if that was Scarlett Johansson on the ground. I thought it was just a different girl, and then like you think she's dead, but then she has a single tear roll out, so she's not dead. There's just something going on with her. Who knows? Where are they? You never know.
Yeah.
And then the whole time it's like, is she an alien? Is she a monster?
That's kind of irrelevant.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
sure. But my biggest issue, I don't know. My biggest issue with the movie is like that guy who's with her.
Yeah.
I wish they gave me anything with that. I feel like they gave me nothing.
But I don't think it's meant to be any more than that. It is just it's just part of whatever she's part of, cleaning up after her shit. Like, okay, she's going to pick these guys up. He hides the thing. The end. That's it. I don't think there's really much more to it.
Because, okay, and I guess the whole thing of like sapping them, because obviously like she lures them. I figured out, I thought she was an alien because of her like doing like the syllables, like trying to get like all the syllables, learn how to talk.
Yeah.
And then she's, picking them up, and then she brings them back to her place, and it's this black void, and they kind of sink into the thing, and they disappear. And then the one was fucking creepy. You see like what he sees once he disappears, and that's
the guy just like dissolving into this liquid. Yeah.
That's so fucking scary.
And then you see like a very vague, just like slot, like a red glowing mouth almost that all this fluid is going into. Again, it's like it's feeding whatever their entity is.
Yeah, but it's the whole thing is so they don't tell you anything. Mm-hmm. They show you. I do like sometimes they show you a story where it's just like, you gotta figure it out. Like, here you go. This is the story.
Yeah.
But I wish I had something.
I think if you watched this again, you wouldn't have that. I really think when I watched it a second time, it was like the story is not really vague. It's she's picking them up. That guy's cleaning them up. They dissolve in the thing. And then something is absorbing it. She keeps. You don't need to know any more than just everything we've said. That's all the info.
It seems to me the plot is theoretically pretty simple, and it seems to me like the guy that we talked about, Adam Pearson, is the switching point for her. Like before, she's very emotionless and she's all business, but she also is very like if someone mentions they have a family, she just drives off.
Yeah.
Or, if they have friends, they drive off. It's like she's looking for the people who won't be missed, essentially. And so I think that's because she doesn't want to get caught.
She has been trained or whatever to keep it clean.
Right. And so make
she's on
people
a
disappear who won't be
path.
missed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what she's doing. And okay. And then she meets this guy.
Yeah, who's the perfect thing. I mean, he's got no connection to anybody.
Right. But I think she feels for him. And it's almost like she becomes human in that moment a little bit.
Yeah.
And she gets him there and she's doing the thing. And then you see him leave. Like she couldn't do it. She couldn't go through with it.
She lets him go.
She lets him go. And that's where the movie, I think, takes the turn, right? And that's her. Then she abandons that van.
Yeah.
And she tries to become human almost. Like she eats
she
like
tries to just
she
get
eats
into
cake.
Get into society.
Doesn't go well.
Yeah.
She takes a bus, and then I feel like she even starts like that's her human journey.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm getting this a little bit.
Yeah. She finds someone different like her.
Right.
And it's not. And the mission is compromised at that point where it's like, oh.
But then the fucking biker guy takes that guy out, like puts him in the trunk.
Yeah.
I assume he's dead. I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, we don't know, but like it's like she fucked up. She left a hanging thread.
Right.
So he punches him, throws him in the trunk, steals a car or whatever. Yeah, it's like, yo, I'm covering your tracks, ma'am. But like you let this dude just walk out. So he's left with no other
And they
option.
show the scenes before it are so disturbing. Oh, the whole movie's disturbing, honestly.
Yeah.
But
we're kind of giving you the plot here. There's not much more than what we're talking about.
But the scene where she's at the beach and sees the kid crying, the guy swimming, she's gonna take that guy, then he goes off to save the guy who's trying to save his wife, I think.
Yes.
Is that who it is?
Oh, someone's. Isn't it like the dog is drowning and the wife is trying to get it?
Right.
So then the dude is trying to save her, and then the dude's trying to save the dude that went after her.
And
it's
then
like
the baby's just sitting there crying.
Yeah.
That was. I mean, I get they want to show you that she's inhuman because
Yes.
only a person who wasn't human could act the way she acts in that moment.
Yeah.
But God, it's so fucked up. As a human, I'm watching this going like, this sucks. Like this fucking sucks.
And then so then she drags the dude off and doesn't even pay attention to the baby or any of that stuff. And then at night, the biker guy comes to clean up.
Right.
And the baby again doesn't even register to him. Like he cleans up all the clothes.
And the baby's still there.
He cleans up specifically the guy's stuff.
Right.
And doesn't think at all about the baby it's nighttime and there's a baby just fucking crying
both
on the
his
beach.
Parents have drowned.
Who's been and so really showing you how robotic these things are.
But goddamn, dude, like that was so. It was a series of moments like that. Where like this is so fucking hard to watch. This movie is making me uncomfortable, which I'm sure it's supposed to do. That's what it wants to do. But fuck you guys, give me a break. So then now. At one point, you hear her. She's driving on the radio. It says, like, the bodies of these people have gone missing, and I think it's the people that have drowned, right? And the baby's also.
I think so.
The baby, the Thai went in and got the baby. Oh, that sucks. That fucking sucks, dude.
Shouldn't have hung out at the beach. If you're a baby, don't hang out at the beach.
Really sucks. I wish I didn't see that. Anyways, so then she's on a bus, and a guy starts talking to her. And seems to actually care about making sure she's okay.
Yeah.
And not what's happened.
Nothing.
Oh. Just looking out for her. Man, it's one of those things too where I related to this guy. I've been in situations where it's like I just want to make sure you're okay, but also I'm a guy. I can't help you.
Yeah.
Like I will look like a creep, or I will, or not that, but I'll make you uncomfortable. Like I think I said before, but one time I dropped off Emma at her dorm, and I was walking back to the car, and I saw this really drunk girl, and I was like, oh man, like I want you to get home safe.
Yeah.
I am not the person to help you get home safe, but I want to help. Like there's these other girls walking by, and I said, hey guys, check on her please, and I walked away because it's like you guys are able to help her. I can't help her. I'm just a fucking old man out of college. I shouldn't be here, you know? Like, and I feel like that was that guy where it's like, you know, like, I want to help you, but also like, am I a weirdo by asking if you're okay, if you need help or whatever? And she did need help. And he, you know, takes her in and helps her. And it's her, I think, after that, I don't know if I'm jumping all over the place, but she's like naked in front of the mirror, just like examining her human body for the first time, I think.
Yeah, I think she's starting to feel weird things. And so she's like studying her body, like, what's going on? What is this?
Yeah, she's like feeling, she's becoming human kind of.
And I think it's a testament to the power of the directing in this movie that, again, this is a movie that I don't think this is a frequent experience that you just see Scarlett Johansson naked and it just feels like part of the sci-fi story. You're not going, whoa, dude. Oh, look, she got naked. Like that doesn't even come in. It's just like, it's part of the sci-fi story.
I feel like a lot of directors that I have seen use nudity as something to scare you. And that I felt like the same way with Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
And whenever you see The Shining, whenever you see nudity, you're like, oh, God damn it, dude. Like, you're not excited.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. And when I see nudity in this movie, I'm uncomfortable the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
You know, those guys with boners walking towards her.
Oh, yeah.
Very uncomfortable.
That was uncomfortable. But when it's her, it just felt like it
that's
was
fine.
part of the story.
But that was her just learning about herself. But it wasn't like...
It's Scarlett Johansson naked. I don't mind.
No, I'm not saying you mind. But I'm saying like it's not something that you're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's
it's
not.
It's really just in the fabric of the story.
Yeah.
So testament to the directing a little bit that it felt like that was pretty normal for that to happen. She's studying herself and whatever. I really like all these scenes with her and this guy because they could have made him like, hey, how's it going? Well, oh, you know, and made there be like a whole romance or some dialogue or whatever. But it's almost as dialogueless as any of the other weird shit in the movie, except somehow it's warm.
It is.
You know, he makes her dinner and they're just watching TV and eating dinner. And it's like the sweetest thing ever. It's just.
And like, or like they're walking to that castle to go explore and like he picks her up over the puddle and walks through the puddle holding her so she doesn't get wet. You know?
It's windy. You're going up to the thing. She stops and he's like, it's okay. You don't want to go up there. We're going to have to go up there. It's okay. You're okay. No, if you don't want to go up there, don't go up. It's like comfort moments. Not sweep. I really think they did a great job. It's not sweep you off your feet like, wow, he really loves her. It's little safe moments. It's things that make you feel safe.
But what's interesting is that guy was the perfect candidate for her earlier in the movie. And she'd have definitely absorbed that guy.
Yeah,
because
100%.
He had no one else.
100%, yeah.
But this time, she went to his place, not her creepy black lair.
Yeah.
And like, you know, they have a thing. They have sex. What happens here? Because in my world, it's like, did they actually have sex? Can she have sex?
Well, no, I think that's the issue.
That's the issue, right?
She is wearing human flesh.
But she's not human.
And then it's like, okay, wait, this isn't correct. This doesn't work. What's happening? And then she immediately jumps up and is she's looking at her own
stuff. Yeah.
She's looking in her, junk. And it's like she has a bad moment. Yeah, it's like not.
She realizes
sex is not going to work.
She realizes, this isn't going to work.
She can't do that.
Right.
I don't know if it's all like sealed up there or what.
But probably it's a shell. I assume that's why eating didn't work.
Yeah.
Like she couldn't swallow because it doesn't. Goes
yeah,
into
she
nothing.
ain't. Yeah, she ain't built like us.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So,
it doesn't. She can't
okay.
do that either. Okay. Then it gets to the end of the movie, right? Like after this, she leaves.
Yeah, she just kind of.
And then just is going and walking in the woods. Ask some guy for directions, and then they find this cabin that. Those are out there in the world. These cabins of like, you want refuge from like the weather. You're hiking, need help. Like, come to these cabins.
Yeah.
She falls asleep, which I don't think you see her asleep before. Do you?
That's a good question.
I don't know. Maybe at the guy's house. I don't think so. I think she's always awake.
Yeah.
Huh. Anyways, wakes up to the worst discovery is that guy is like sexually assaulting her.
Yeah, the guy she asked for directions, whatever,
And
tries
then
to assault her.
She runs away, and for the first time, she's like scared. You see, she almost has like an emotion for the first time.
Yeah.
Right? Like, anyways, this is about to get brutal. So buckle up, everyone. Trigger warning. So then he attacks her and then tries to rape her. And it is like, I mean, obviously these scenes are supposed to make you feel uncomfortable, but like it was so fucking brutal for me. I was like, what movie did I pick watching this? Then the process is happening, rips the skin, right? It like her suit.
She gets away,
right?
And then tries to escape. She finds his truck,
right?
And like he has a lumber truck and tries to drive off with it. And then it's like, oh, it's that guy's truck. And he's coming this way. And then he at that point, I think he's just trying to he's just trying to get her, like
get rid of the evidence.
Yeah, or what? Yeah, I don't know, but whatever. When he's going after her, like she's trying to steal his truck, and he ends up seeing some of her flesh, like her alien flesh.
Like because like the skin suit rips. And this, and then you see like the back, and it's like this black, a black, like, I don't even know what you call it, like, clearly alien skin.
Yeah.
And then it's her like taking off this thing so you see for the first time what was under the skin, and she's holding her human face.
Yeah.
And the guy comes out of fucking nowhere and douses her in gasoline and lights it on fire and then walks away.
He thinks like, this must be like a demon or something. I don't know what he thought, but he did that. The whole time it's cutting to the motorcycle guy.
Yes, I'm saying.
Going like, yo, where is she?
Yeah.
He can't find her.
And then it's a fucking brutal but also impressive shot of like this person on fire.
Yeah.
From far away, just like collapsing. And then you see the alien looking up, and then it's the smoke rising, and then the snow falling.
Yep.
That's the movie.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal. So basically it's like an alien becoming human and finding out what humanity is about and then dying because of it. Is that what, what you would say?
I guess so, yeah.
Man.
I don't know what else to glean from the ending.
But like, oh man. You know what fucked me up the most with that scene of him attacking her was him chewing gum.
Yeah.
What a detail to add.
Yeah, to show a sociopathic
so nonchalant about the horrific thing he's doing. Oh, I hated it. Wow. But I will say, it made me feel a lot of things, this movie. Mm-hmm. And the music, I thought was awesome. Like, so eerie.
All the audio in this movie, I think, is really amazing.
And the visuals is great. But overall, I'm thinking this probably isn't a movie for me all the way. It was too much.
Yeah,
it was so much.
Well, I would say valid on the content. Yeah, I mean, there's assault. There's a lot of uncomfortable shit in that. On that side of it, this is not going to be everyone's cup of tea. But I will say personally, on my end, I'm not even talking about the specific content, but the way this movie is executed, I will say, this might be bold, this to me is the ideal movie.
Wow.
In terms of how it's executed. The content is good. Nothing mind-blowing, but I think it's good. I don't agree with the top sci-fi movie. I don't. That's like a bit much. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything that revolutionary happening in that department. But execution-wise, to me, this is how you do it. Because to me, like if I was tasked to make a movie, oh my God, I would pray to make this. Again, not that it necessarily would be about this woman picking up dudes and then getting assaulted.
Right.
I'm not saying that, but how it's executed. To me, long, quiet shots that build an atmosphere, minimal dialogue. Again, the plot, we just explained a whole sci-fi plot. No one is doing that in the movie.
No.
It is minimal exposition. You just see it, and it's understood. Okay, no one's saying a word about it. It's just there. The music is great. The atmosphere is creepy. Like maximum feeling with minimal having to tell you about it. To me, execution is 10 out of 10 in this movie. The story itself is good. I mean, it's a good sci-fi movie, but that to me is not the power of this movie. It's execution-wise. Long, quiet shit and not having to say a fucking word about it. You're just seeing it happen and feeling what happens as a result of this and that. I just that to me is the success here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it. They say movies should, or art should spark emotion in you, and it did that for me, for sure. Yeah, and I think Scarlett Johansson did great. Like, I mean, it was, on a surface, it seems like she's just like, how hard is it to act in this movie? But I do think that she was able to switch on and off.
Yeah.
Her, like, she's trying to pick up guys. She's just, sweet Scarlett Johansson. And the second they get in the car, she's just, now it's time for work.
Yeah.
But she's great in this movie. They, I guess, considered Olivia Wilde and January Jones to be in this.
Yeah.
Who's this?
I never know how to say her name.
Christine?
Gemma Arterton.
No.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff.
Well, I guess they wanted to get her, but the budget wasn't high enough, so she wouldn't do it.
They got Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson remained committed to this movie for 4 years before it was made.
Wow.
So it took a long time. I guess it's based after a book, Under the Skin, but it's very different. It's very, very different.
I love January Jones. She was great in Mad Men. I don't know if she would have been great for this, though. I don't know. Yeah, maybe she would have. I don't know.
I thought it was interesting. So the crew had to build their own cameras to shoot these like hidden camera scenes.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
GoPro. Try it out.
To create the black room in the movie, they built a set with a reflective floor, blackout and custom lighting, and then they were filmed walking into a pool. So I guess they walked into the pool and then they just got rid of like this. Like it looked so creepy when them walking in, and her just not.
Yeah.
Also interesting that it was interesting to see how like she changed how the level of clothes she was taking off before they would sink. And I don't know what that signifies. I feel like it's something though. I feel like I'm missing something. It's like the first guy, she's just in a bra.
Yeah.
The second time, like she's whatever. And then like the guy with the neurofibromatosis. She's like all the way naked for that one. So it's like I don't know what she has to keep. Like I don't know what that means. It means something, I'm sure.
She exposed her soul more to
him.
Maybe. Like she's more exposed to him.
She's more exposed to him.
She feels more comfortable.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think you're right. Anyways. Well, I wanted that guy to survive. I don't think he did. I think the guy on the motorcycle got him. And I wanted the baby to survive too. And I don't think that happened.
Didn't get our wishes on this one.
No.
I wanted Scarlett Johansson to survive.
Dude, here's the thing is like at the end, I'm heartbroken for her. And it's interesting because the first half of the movie, she is a monster. She is the monster.
Yeah.
And then the second half, we realize that we are the monsters.
Yep.
There's something to think about there.
Yep.
Do you want to do shakers? I feel like this is a shorter episode. But,
it's really this movie is really the experience more than like the written plot. Although I was telling Sean, I always like to have like IMDb and stuff open to get, point to stuff. Oh yeah, what happened here? Oh, that. Sure. And the story synopsis on IMDb is like 3,000 pages long.
It's longer than anything else they ever seen.
You look up the one for The Godfather, and it's like, they shoot someone, they go to Italy, they come back. It's not that long. Under the Skin, it's like painstaking detail. She's on the bus. She feels a breeze blow by her hair. It's like, whoa, condense.
It's probably longer than the actual script, honestly.
Yeah, it seems that way.
All right, I will do my shakers first. I picked this movie.
Yeah.
This is tough because I will say, if you ask me if I liked this movie, I don't think I did. Like, I did not enjoy watching this movie. I do acknowledge that it was great filmmaking and acting and camera work and music. I just think the story was not told in a way that worked for me, but I acknowledge that I'm probably the one who it's probably on me, like sometimes you can blame the filmmaker. I don't think you can here. I think it was me. I feel like a 2.5 is too low, but 3 is too high. I think I give it a 3, but I will say I acknowledge that this movie is very well made, but the story and how fucked up it all was just a little much for me.
Yeah.
Like no shade, and I don't think who made this movie. What's his face?
Jonathan Glazer.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna care that I gave him a 3, but I think that all the imagery and stuff like that, it was just too much for me to handle. So sorry, Jonathan. Sorry about that.
Well, I think it's much better than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like I said, execute. If you're going to tell, the only thing I'm going to mark down is the story itself. I don't think is the most original. It's not that revolutionary, but it's told really fucking well. I think just minimalism done fantastically. The atmosphere, the music, the everything about it. It, to me, is like, if you're going to tell this story, I don't know how you do it better than this. Anything else would be corny.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't corny at all. This to me is the ideal movie in the way that it is executed. The story is just not the most revolutionary. I am going to give it I'm not giving it a 5.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it a 4.5. If it had told a story that I felt like I had never experienced before, I would bump it up. That's the only thing I'm marking it down, 0.5 point, but I think it's executed so well, the rest makes up for it.
Sure. I feel like as time went on, the more I thought about it, it was like a 2 originally. When it ended, I was mad. But I think that again, it's well made. It was just too brutal. It was just too brutal for me. So that's me. Rocco, you have the next pick.
Yeah, and I did not pick one, so this worked out great.
Why did I?
I wanted to reach out to people on Patreon because I definitely want to. I always am looking for suggestions and and how can we do things better and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and I definitely see a lot of people suggesting us picking stuff outside of our comfort zone.
I did that today. Ugh.
Yeah, so that's true. You did live up to that. A lot of the ones that I pick are stuff I would definitely want to watch anyway. So I definitely want a suggestion for what's something we both haven't seen. Definitely leave a suggestion in the comments if you have one. I just recently watched Blue Velvet, David Lynch movie. But that's another kind of longer, creepy movie like this. So I feel like, are we picking that?
I don't know. You're picking. You tell me. Yeah. Are we watching Blue Velvet? Are we gonna watch?
Or do you want to go? You could go that, or you could go Shyamalan. Did you see his latest?
Trap?
We do? No. Actually, I'm sorry. I guess that is his latest. Knock at the Cabin.
I did. I saw that on a plane. I did see that.
I don't know if we ever did a thing about that. We could do that.
We could do it. We could do that. Did you see Trap yet?
I'm going to.
You're going to?
Yeah.
I
will see it this weekend. So if you want to see it too, we could do it on that. But otherwise.
So it's either Blue Velvet or Knock at the Cabin. Is that what we're saying?
I feel like I should pick something the opposite of.
I feel lighthearted.
Creepy.
Jeez, pick Anchorman. For the love of God, don't pick Anchorman. Don't pick Anchorman.
I haven't seen that since it came out, and I was really pissed when it came out. I was like, "Fuck this shit."
I didn't. That movie. I have a automatic hatred for that movie just because. The fact that it's in San Diego, I think old sports people cannot let it go. Do you know they even, and I hate to say this because it's embarrassing to admit, at the Padres games once a week, they have, instead of a hot dog running contest, it's the Anchorman people. They have big, gigantic people dressed like the Anchorman guys. Ron Burgundy.
Get over that fucking movie, dude.
Get over that fucking... What boomer decided that was a good idea? Fuck that.
Maybe we should watch that.
No.
Why not? Hey, I haven't seen it since it came out. People keep clinging to it here in San Diego. Maybe we need to sit through it. We need to watch it.
Okay, I will.
All right, Anchorman.
Oh, I can't believe that.
Anchorman is the next movie.
Okay. All right. We're going to subject ourselves to the movie that we both have said we hated, but again,
I will go on record. Yeah, I was like at a friend's house like, yo, turn this fucking thing off.
I am with you. And if I hear whale's vagina one more time, I will be mad. But
I'm already mad.
Why are you picking it? You don't have to. Okay. You know what? No. We're going to pick it. We're going to watch Anchorman. And we're going to see if maybe our hate was a little much. Maybe if we're being a little harsh.
Maybe Milk was a bad choice.
I think that we're...
Is that from Anchorman?
It is! Why do you have to pick that? All right, everyone.
I don't want to watch this.
Well, you know what? Still on Patreon. Give us some suggestions.
Yeah, suggestions for future stuff. For sure.
Stuff.
I would love... I want
and
to...
Don't...
Yeah.
I am... Rocco, let me be honest with our patrons here. If I have to read... Make Sean watch the Serbian film one more time.
No, yeah, that joke's over. That joke's over.
Fucking crazy.
That joke's over.
I've heard that joke. I get it. Yep. I shouldn't watch this movie. Thank you. No more of that. So don't put that because that makes me fucking nuts because it's so unoriginal.
Over.
It's so unoriginal. But
I know I made it before, but I'm acknowledging.
Yeah, Rocco.
Time to move on.
Time to move on, everyone. Let's give some real suggestions, and that way we won't watch Anchorman again. We should watch The Wedding Singer. That one's a good movie.
No,
That's a good one.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
I should make you watch Wedding Singer at some point, and we'll have to compare which is better, Anchorman or because it has to be Wedding Singer.
I'm good, but thank you.
Anyways, all right, watch Anchorman, everyone. Not 2. Don't watch 2. Watch 1.
Yeah.
And I don't think this is going to age very well, honestly. I think it's a 2005 comedy. This is going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible in every possible way, but we'll give it a shot. All right, everyone. We'll see you next week with Anchorman. God help us all. Goodbye.
Bye.